Hello my little friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shamili and today we are meeting on the lion for another video. Today I'm gonna show you my 5 steps process to plan an island, and yours might be different, but this is how I like to do it, and especially because I like to be organized, so hopefully this can inspire you, this can give you some tips on how to plan a 5-star island. So as you may already know it, this island theme is gonna be Victorian core, and because this is not something I'm too familiar with, my first step is actually to do some researches. So I'll be off reading some books, watching some shows, looking at some video games I played before, like especially the Sherlock games because they take place in that area. And I also gathered some image inspiration and I made a list of objects from it that I will need to build this island. So it really helped me identify the objects and also the design patterns I will be needing for this island. And as you can see, I mainly identified some paths, some street lights, some benches and other city items, but then I also identified some items I would struggle to identify and find some creative ways to replace them, like those peak pointy top in some cities, like I would use some carnival items for example. And this helped me also identify some major builds I want to see on my island, like some markets, the museum, some train stations. So it really helped me to get like a general ideas and also to identify some few villagers I want to have maybe. Okay, so my next step is to browse Pinterest for some design patterns, code and general inspiration. This is something I browse weekly, so I really get inspiration all the time, but just before planning an island I need to go to Pinterest to find some new codes, like here I had like a need for a city core type of codes. Then I also have a quick peek at Reddit, especially like the Animal Crossing New Horizons and the subreddit about the design patterns. I don't go there too often, but really when I have a need for a special build. But it's always good to look at Reddit, they have cute stuff. And then I'd also be browsing Instagram because this is somewhere I am all the time, like every day I am on Instagram. So this is not something I do once I'm planning, but really every day because you have tons of creative artists and also like tons of inspiration available. So it's really good to be on Instagram, you know. And then, of course, I am on YouTube every day, especially because there is tons of creative people over there, and it helps a lot to get new techniques, to get like some really good inspiration, in fact. And then I'm on several Facebook groups for Animal Crossing, and then I also am on several groups about real life aesthetics, which helps a lot to get inspiration from the everyday life and then incorporate it into Animal Crossing. Once I am super duper inspired by all the browsing I've done and I've looked at some codes and everything, I am down to try to do a dreamy list for my villagers. And usually this list is not super elitist because I try to go with the hunt flow. I mean, I did call Barrel a cutie, so that's how unprepared I can be. But for this island, it was very important that I was doing it right, especially because I want my villagers to look Victorian, to have like this kind of prestige look, that they could be on a Victorian island, and their home was also mandatory to be a bit Victorian core, except for some of them that couldn't fit. And I'm not too concerned about this anymore because with Happy Home Paradise you can now change the house and redesign them, so that is at least something that comforts me because, for example, Petri Rose is not walking. But yes, you can see a preview of the villagers I will be using on a lion. Then my fourth step is of course grabbing some design patterns. I take my Pinterest next to me and I just look at what the code I saved and check like if they look good in the game, just because sometimes they have some kind of filters on it and it doesn't look as good as saved or what I imagined. So I'm just like checking that out and then I'm applying it on the ground just to see how it is looking like, if I like, because it comes from different creators, so if I like how they go together. I also try to apply some different materials on the ground, like you can see I tried with a bit of in-game stones to see if this would match together. I also tried some of the path on top of some dirt because I know it's changing some effect, and then I'm just checking it, everything goes together. Like sometimes I'm a bit hesitant still on the darker design patterns, but maybe it will work. And then I just check with the fencing and my objects, at least some of the first object I know I can use. I'm just checking if it works together, like for example this street light and this manhole cover, they just look really good with it. I'm looking with like a castle wall because I know this is something I will be using, so I'm just like checking if this works correctly or not, you know. And the final steps is just picking the flowers I like, and usually I can't decide between flower types and colors, and it can look really good if you go into crazy colors, but for this island it's not gonna do it. So I just knew that I like a lot the hyacinths and the daisies, and I tried to do a combinations of those with sticking with the purples and the whites because I think it looks a bit more better with the style I want to go for. But yeah, it's really important you decide your flowers before putting them everywhere on your island and then realizing you hate it and you have to change everything. And then for the bushes, I'm just gonna stick with the holly just because it is the blossoming season of holly right now, and I like the leaves. I mean, it makes a bit darker feeling, so I like it a lot. But anyway, now that I'm super satisfied with my object, techniques and patterns, I am so inspired that I'm gonna start building super soon. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel to see those future builds, because I promise they are coming more than soon. And don't forget to put 8 thumbs up to this video if you found some information about how to plan an island and it got you some ideas about how to start your own island. And see you in the next video, and thank you for watching. Bye bye bye.